right, here go another one. Here go another one for you. I just heard, and again, I'm not sure how factual this is, but they've created a new birth control for men.
No.
And
no.
Wait, let me get it out first.
No,
let me get it out first.
Okay, well, I've said my take then.
IED up there or something?
Oh no!
So apparently the birth control is a pill I think you can take, and it essentially makes you sterile. And apparently it's reversible. So the question is, if there is a birth control pill that a man can take that will make him sterile, one, would you allow your sons? Would you, if you were not snipped, would you be okay with taking that, basically sterilizing yourself as a birth control, or would you allow your sons to take that birth control sterilization pill?
Who want to go first?
I'm gonna go first. I just want to get this over with. No, first of all, no, I'm not getting it, and no, my son's not. None of my kids get. No, absolutely not. And well, okay, let's be mature about the situation. We already know what birth control does for women, right? We already know like how that could affect their hormones and things of that nature. I don't want to put my daughter through that, right? And you know what I mean. Nonetheless, my sons. And who knows what else that does to, and I don't know the facts, so don't kill me on this, but I don't know what else that does to anything else as a man. Now, when you talk about no, like I still gotta no, like you're not gonna sterilize me. I just know, and then if my sons ask me about it, I'm like, no, wrap it up or just don't have it. Don't have sex. Like just like plain and simple. Be careful out here in these streets. That's it. No. Just either don't have it, as the Bible says, or if you're gonna be having it, be careful and do what you're supposed to do not to have it. Period. No, I'm good.
Joe, what's up with you? Because I'm really interested to hear Joe's take. Because Joe be drafting contracts. He got things written in stone for his boys. You get access to this account at 13 and a half years old. So I really want to know if you would be interested in. What is your hot take on this, Joe, Mr. Devil's Advocate?
I'm right aligned. I'm aligned with Earl. I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't allow my sons to take it. I think building men, you need to have self-control, right, over where your seed goes. I think a lot of that has to do with the way we raise them, right? And two, I don't know, like you said, with birth control for women, it does a lot of chemical imbalances for them, right? Just imagine what that would do to a young boy who's still growing, whose hormones are still all over the place, right? Now you're messing with testosterone levels, like all these things kind of go into place. Not to mention boys are on a different spectrum as it pertains to, growing, development, aggression, testosterone, all those things. So me personally, absolutely not. My sons wouldn't be getting anywhere close to a birth control pill that will sterilize them, even if they say it's reversible. Absolutely not. You're better off keeping your thing in your pants and dating when you're 27 and you got some money in your pocket. And if you have a kid, you take care of your kid, you're married, you keep it moving. That's where I'm at with it. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that's where I'm at. I was just curious. I saw that.
Hold on, we ain't done, Mister. I'm just curious. I don't think Trail gave his view, and I don't believe I've spoken on the matter either. So
I'm sorry, sir.
Whenever Joe talks, he feels like that's the end. Like
I do.
And then my boy just cut everything. He's segueing into pause, sir.
Next topic.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess to answer the question, I mean, if you asking about myself and my boys, the answer is no. And I don't need to really go too deep into it. I think you guys hit the point, right? But when I think about other young men that are out there, and they may not have father figures out there, and they live in a fast life, it may be an option, right? In terms of a lot of times, right? They're not going. You think about condoms now; they're expensive. That's why they locking them up against Walgreens. These young boys can't afford those things. So, but when you think about birth control, I mean, for another young man, it may be an option. It may not be a bad idea. Now, if that was my nephew, I would tell him, the complications behind it, right? What could happen if you continue to take this pill that's made up when you think about it, right? And what they want us to take. But I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea for those guys out there that don't have direction, and trying to figure out, what to do to not, have to purchase. They don't have the funds to purchase the condom, and and all those different things there. But for my boys, I couldn't do it, man. And for me, I 100% couldn't do it. I had 20 kids before I take that. So.
Hey, my boy trusted it turned to Abraham before you take one of them, man. No, I agree. I agree with Charles' point. For my son, probably not. Also, too, I think about what comes along with it too, and what would be needed in order for the pill to work is the same thing that would be needed for you to avoid bad situations if you didn't have the pill, and that's discipline. Because if the boy takes the pill and you're supposed to take it 6 days a week and there's one placebo, but he only takes it 3 days and he forgets 2 days, then on his placebo day, he takes the one for the following day. Like, it's not going to have the effect that it's supposed to have anyway. So it's another one of those, I think, kind of microwave society type things. We want something instantly that's going to fix a problem or remove accountability or remove responsibility. But in essence, it's the same thing. It's just exercise and discipline. So to answer your question for my son, probably not. To Trell's point, I think that there are certain situations where that could be applicable. There are young men out here, 24, 22, 25, with a lot of children. And that might not be a socially irresponsible thing to look to maybe practice with people that fall into that category, if they were willing to. You start getting a real slippery slope when you start determining what people should and should not be able to do with their bodies based on what you think is appropriate or based on what you think is accurate too. So I know that as men of principle, right, a lot of us stand on the Bible, right? We believe things in the Bible, stuff like that too. And it talks about being fruitful and multiplying. So there may be a population of individuals who read that text and may use that. What?
Nick Cannon. Sorry.
Nick Cannon. Okay, so we're in that space, but in that space, he has what he needs to financially be able to take care of the kids. But it's also not lost to me too that taking care of the kids, like building up the kids and building up the kingdom, is more than financial responsibility. Like, I had to deal with a similar situation where it's like, okay, well, the finances and the funds are here for you to be able to do X, Y, Z, but there's a lot of building, right, that takes place outside of things that require money, right? So I think that's a point that Earl was making before too, with like that longing of wanting to be in the same house with your children, because there are opportunities presented on a daily basis, multiple times throughout the day, for a father to impart wisdom, for a father to help a child through different processes with school or social or physical, all types of things, just answering questions and assisting them with that thought process. So, yeah. So some, but not.
Really, really good point. So I think the first human trial is over, and they said it was successful. It had a sample size of 16 men between the ages of 32 and 59, and it said it was successful. So again, there's not enough information on it. Just again, personally, I wouldn't be interested in it, nor would I have my sons participate in that. I'll just, again, got to teach them discipline and make the right decision. That's really what it is, right? If you're gonna lay down with a woman and you procreate, understand you need to be prepared to manage and handle that situation appropriate. Hopefully you follow in your father's footsteps, you get married, you have a plan in place, you got some money stacked up, you go forth and conquer, grasshopper. And that's where we are with it.
Quick question on that, right? Because we talk about responsibility and contraception and all that other stuff. What do we do, right? Because it's like kids make mistakes, right? Like grown people make mistakes, right? Even like the most disciplined people, like we're human, and so error is human, right? So in a situation where you have a young man who you taught all these things and he goes out and, wrong decision gets made, right? And he comes in the next day, he's like, Pops, last night, whatever happened, and I need money for a plan B for the female. How do you guys feel about that situation?